What's going on? Welcome back to another episode, topic of discussion. I am your host, aspirations. Without further introduction, let's get right into it. It's cold. It's cold outside, and I just came from outside, so I'm still bundled up. I just let me go ahead and make this video. But the topic for today is you're holding yourself back. Again, the topic for today is you're holding yourself back. I chose this topic because when it comes down to it, we actually hold ourselves back from success, from bettering ourselves, from recovering from a loss, from getting out of relationships, from building relationships, for being a better parent for our kids, for reaching our goals and aspirations that we have in life, turning to that next page or that next chapter in our life. Like, we hold ourselves back from a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we're blind to it because sometimes it's people that we love. So that's going to family, that's going to your friend group, and you're not understanding that they're holding you back because of how much you love them, right? Or how much you value them in your life. But at the same time, they're affecting your life. So you're trying to figure out that balance, right? And sometimes everybody's not needed in our life. And although that we try to figure out that balance or where we can place them as we move forward, or maybe like, all right, if I just move my life forward in this way, maybe I can place them right here because I don't want to lose them as a friend, because I love who they are, but at the same time they're affecting my life. But is it anywhere that I can just place them as I keep going or keep progressing throughout my life? Because I don't feel like they're growing with me. We're growing apart, but at the same time I love them, so I don't want to tear us apart, but at the same time we're growing apart and I need to grow as an individual, and sometimes they're holding us back, right? So therefore, I just want us to watch the friend group. Watch the people that you call your friends. Watch the people that you say you love, your family too. It doesn't matter who it is, they can still affect us and they can bring negativity into our life, right? Because a lot of times, even as for people that have kids, you want to be the best version of yourself for your kids, right? You want to be the best parent, but how are you going to be the best parent if you're not being the best version of yourself, right? You're not putting forth the best energy that you can provide. You're not being the best mom, the best dad that you can be, because you're not being the best version of yourself. And so it's hard to give all if you're not being all for yourself, right? So therefore, I want us to kind of just take a step back. And people, you might think, am I talking about like an out-of-body experience? No, not necessarily, but just take a step back from life and just say, okay, let me look at everything that's in my life, right? Let me just take in a big scheme of things, like let me just take a look at it, or a bit broad, or in like a broad view of things. Let me just take a look at my life and see, okay, in this area, how can I excel? In this area, how can I excel? How can I be a better version in this area? In my friend groups, how can I be a better version? Am I lacking the correct friends in my life? Do I need to let some people go? Do I need to change who I'm around, right? Because sometimes they can bring you out of character, right? And you're constantly being brought out of character around this friend group or around this friend when you already started changing your life. And again, like I just said, you're trying to find a place for them in your life when you're moving on, because you fear of y'all's relationship being torn apart. So therefore, you're trying to hang on by this thin little piece of thread, trying to hang on to you guys' relationship when you need to let it go. And throughout our life, we're going to go through times where things hurt. We're going to have to let go of things that hurt. We're going to go through things that hurt. That's part of the journey. That's part of life. That's part of progressing, right? Right? That's part of progressing. If you work out at the gym and you're working out, you're going to feel some pain. But you know part of that pain is going to come with a reward. And that's a better body, stronger muscles, whatever you're working towards. It's a beautiful pain. So as we go throughout our life, we're going to experience this beautiful pain. And I don't mean that, and oh my gosh, every time I move forward, I'm going to experience some pain. But no. But just during life as a whole, you're going to go through different processes and different steps and different chapters and different journeys in life where you're going to experience some pain. But just understand, it's the beautiful process, right? It's a beautiful process. And it hurts sometimes, but it's part of your process. And I promise you, if you keep going, it's going to get better. But it only gets worse when we become complacent in this pain, and we become complacent in the situations that we go through, because we don't necessarily want to leave it, because sometimes we go through pain, and because it hurt us, or maybe we lost somebody in our life, or maybe we lost this relationship, or whatever the case is, we become complacent because we don't want to leave this situation. And we know once we start to move on, we're going to move on. But at the same time, it's like you want to feel this pain. You want to be complacent to this pain because you're not ready to move on. But at the same time, you're upset every day because you keep experiencing the pain. But at the same time, you're staying complacent to this pain. So you guys get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, if you're being complacent to pain, but you want to move on and want better for yourself, but at the same time, you keep being complacent to this pain and upset and trying to figure out why you keep going through pain, and why I keep having pain, because you never moved on. And some of our steps that we need to get to the next chapter in our life is to actually take the step to move on. You know, that's kind of like the hardest part sometimes when we go through pain and we go through hard times and difficult times in our life, the moving on stage. And we know once we move on, things are going to get better. We're going to get back in routine, or we're just going to become better individuals. But sometimes it's hard just to move on because you don't want to let this part of your life go. You know, all the memories, everything that you guys shared, the love that was there, all the adventures, the good times you guys had. But at the same time, maybe it didn't work, or maybe you lost this person. Actually, they left this earth, or whatever the case is. Sometimes it's hard to move on past this stage in your life. But remember that time stops for no man, nobody, no woman, nobody. So therefore, time is going to keep going. And I'm not saying, oh, okay, well, you got to keep up with time. But no, you got to live your life on your time. But your time has to keep going as well. You can't stay complacent to your pain. You can't stay complacent to your past. You can't stay complacent to exes. You can't stay complacent to relationships that fell off. You can't stay complacent to people that we lost. We're always going to have, if we lost somebody that we love, we're always going to have the memories that we shared. We're always going to have the good times that we shared. We're always going to hear your voice. We're always going to feel your spirit. But at the same time, if I stay complacent to the same time that I lost you in, it's going to be hard for me to move on. And the longer that I stay complacent, the harder it is going to be to move on. Right? And if maybe we ended a bad relationship or a good friendship that we had maybe since we were little kids, we have to move on past this. We have to move on. And I know it might feel bad, it might be a lot of pain, it might be a lot of agony going on, but at the same time, we have to move on past this because we have other chapters to get through in our life. Like, we have other chapters to get to, and we have a future, we have our goals, we have our aspirations, we have things that we need to do in our lives. So the longer you stay complacent, the longer it's going to take for you to reach your goals, right? And time is ticking. Right? And I'm not saying don't feel the pain, or every time you go through something, oh, you just got to be over it in one day. No, take your time, grieve. But understand that, all right, when I'm done, I'm moving on. I'm about to shed some tears. But I'm about to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm about to shed some tears. Oh, my God, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep losing? Why? You just start complaining. That's not our life. We keep going. For my audience and myself as well, we keep going. We have things that we have to do. We have a better lives for ourselves, and we need to become the best version of ourselves. And to become that, we have to keep pushing forward. And we already know there are going to be things along this journey. There are going to be temptations. There are going to be distractions. There are going to be things that we lose. There's going to be relationships that are broken, trust that is broken, family members that might turn their back on you. Hey, a lot of things might come in life, but our journey is forward. It's to keep going, right? Our journey is to keep going. So I want you to take another look at your life and understand that maybe I'm holding myself back from moving forward right now. Although this could happen, although this could have happened, although all these things could have happened, I want you to understand the moving forward process, or the moving forward process, that's on you. Now, all these other things that could have happened, hey, this relationship could have ended because somebody cheated on you. You could have lost somebody in your life. This could have happened. Your family turned your back. Whatever the case is, But I'm saying the process to move forward, that's on you. So because of all these other things that happen, still the job is on you to move forward and to keep pushing forward. So at this point, you're holding yourself back. Regardless of all these other things that could have happened or what people did, you're still holding yourself back because you haven't made the decision for yourself to push forward and to move forward in the things that you need to do with your life and the goals and aspirations that you have for your life. And if you have kids, for your family that you have in your life, like you have stuff to do and you have people looking up to you. If you have kids, you got your kids looking up to you. So why are you not going to show them the best version of yourself? Why are you not going to be the best version of yourself? I know you got to grieve. I know you got some pain. I know you go through things as well. But I want you to know, I want you to stop holding yourself back from moving forward. I want you to stop holding yourself back from being the best version of yourself. I want you to stop holding yourself back from reaching all your goals and aspirations. I want you to stop holding yourself back because you value everybody else's opinion, or you're holding yourself back because your lack of confidence. I thought I had to sneeze. But you're holding yourself back because the lack of confidence. So I want all of us, including myself, to step back and to look at our lives and say, what can I be doing right now to better myself and my life and my future? And what can I be doing to better my relationship with God for my believers? What can I be doing to better my relationship with God for my believers? What can I be doing? What are the steps that I can be taking? It's not an overnight process. It can be, but most of the time it's not. But what are the steps that I can be taking to become the best version of myself? Think about it. Topic of discussion, Miles Berry. We out.